Okay, it's working, I think. Are we live? Tell me it's live. I think we're live. Pretty sure. Alright, I'm just gonna assume it's live. Okay. So, since my last couple of live videos, I I drew this trend line right here, where and the green candles were right up to here. I thought we were gonna go to the downside right here. I thought we were gonna reverse right around here actually is where I thought the reversal was gonna get to, and then the trend started going back up for a little mini fake out for a little. But now it's going back below the green line, the, this green line right here. And that's for the NASDAQ. Same thing is going on with the S&P 500 futures as well. So these initial trend lines that I drew, um, and I said this when I drew them initially, but you know, they're probably going to get broken, and obviously they did, but like I said before, I was expecting it to go to maybe this zone on the channel for both assets, but it didn't even get that far. It just kept going towards the downside. So yeah, I'm expecting us to go to at least on the S&P down to this level in the channel, at least maybe lower, but at least down to this level, and it might, you know, go back up once it gets down to the bottom of this channel. I'll go back to the NASDAQ and I'll show the same thing. So we've got actually a lower bound on this channel, but it's probably going to get down to here. It could break down below it and get down to here, but at either one of these points, I'm going to be, you know, assuming that either one of these is going to be support, and it's going to bounce off back to the upside to the top of the channel again after it does hit the bottom of that channel on either asset, right? So whatever happens on the S&P or the NASDAQ is probably going to happen for the other. Whatever happens on one is likely to happen on the other based on liquidity, right? And what everyone else is doing in the market, because the candles are going to follow the market psychology, and everybody's going to do what the, you know, everyone's going to go along with the trend. So moving on to Bitcoin, we have gone higher into, I'll go back to the daily just to give you a frame of reference. Last time I talked about Bitcoin, I think we were like right here on this candle, and I even said there's going to be some chop, some market shakeout situations where people are going to get stopped out on the, you know, going down and going up. So, I mean, yeah, there's going to be a bunch of volatility, I think. It's going to like slowly like walk its way up the stairs to this red line, so to speak. It might just shoot right through it, but if it does, it's going way higher than 110. It's going, if it shoots straight through it, um, like a huge volume spike candle, then it's probably going to go, I mean, I don't know, let's get super fancy with it. I'll tell you right now. I'm going to go from the top of this to the bottom of that. So yeah, if it breaks out above, like in a big way, it's probably going to go to at least this level right here, which is 131,764. But that's if it breaks above and then retests this line, this red line here, as support. If it goes above, retests it as support, and then goes back up, then yeah, we're going to this level. Otherwise, it might retest it and go back down. But it's just a matter of waiting and seeing, right? We have to wait and see to find out. But like I said, I would not be trading with leverage. I would, at this point, and again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes only. But if I was you, I would just be trading the spot without leverage, you know, going long, obviously. So yeah, we're in this zone here. Let me just draw a box, just so we can see it on multiple time frames. I'll put it. Oops, I don't know why it's glitching out. All right, and let's change the color. How do I change the color? Where's the toolbar? Okay, there it is. Change it to red. All right, cool. And then we'll go back to the hourly just so we can see it. So yeah, we're currently in that zone. There's a bunch of orders here. Let me see, do I still have CoinGlass pulled up? No, I don't have CoinGlass pulled up on the tabs. But anyways, you can, this same data, you know what, let me get CoinGlass up and running. Just give me 1 second. No, give me 1 second, let me just get the site. Alright, pull it up. Okay. So you guys should be able to see this, but yeah, so these lines right here, I've showed this in my last video, but this is just coinglass.com and the liquidation heat map. You guys can make an account here if you want, but you can see these lines, these brighter colored lines is where people are placing their orders, their buy and sell orders. So that's where volume is sitting. So right now, you know, there's a bunch of volume sitting right around where price is right now, 107, 108,000 basically. If we go back to the chart, oops, that's not it. Yeah, if we go back to the chart here, yeah, basically a bunch of orders are sitting right at this level, where this line is right here. So just above these wicks. So I would not be surprised if those orders get liquidated. And then, you know, we could also go towards the downside. It's possible that we try to liquidate this area of volume right here, around 105,000, 106,000. As long as we stay above 100K, I think we'll be okay as far as remaining bullish. But yeah, and then this updates live, like I think like every hour or 15 minutes or something like that. But you can check that out. It's coinglass.com. Otherwise, you can get this indicator that I'm using. I'll just go back to the daily just to show you guys the indicator with all these lines, these EMAs, and then obviously these liquidation blocks, liquidation zones. You can get that for free. Just like, comment, and subscribe to any one of my live videos, and then that way you don't even have to wait for me to come out with a live or a YouTube video in order to see what's going on with the market. You can look at the indicator and see for yourself what's going on with the market. You know, or you can just watch my videos. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Just doing this for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, if you basically buy whenever we cross above the threshold of any one of these lines, these step lines, I mean, any one of these lines that show up here. I'll just turn them off just for a second so you can see what I'm talking about. Yep. So those lines that just disappeared, those are the ones that I'm talking about. These EMAs, I mean, they're nice, but you know, they're just your standard moving averages. They're nothing special. And then the green line and the orange line here, those are just based on the time frame of the chart that you have pulled up. So if I went to the hourly, they would change or whatever. But then these ones right here, which I'm turning on right now, those stay the same values regardless of what time frame you're on. So you can see, you know, if I'm zoomed out on the daily or the weekly or the 4 hour, these lines will not move, the step lines. So it gives you a good idea as to if we are bullish or bearish overall, depending on if price has crossed above or below the threshold of those lines. But in either case, that's a update on the market. You know, in the last couple of live videos, I told you guys what was going to happen, and what I said was going to happen is happening. It's not done happening; it's just starting. But we're about halfway, I would say, to 110,000. I think that's where price is going. It's just going to take probably until the end of the month, towards the end of the month, to get there. And then the same thing with the S&P 500. We're going down, um, you know, but it's just a question of, I mean, if we're going down to this, the bottom of the channel on this trend line, that it's probably going to be towards, I would say maybe the 25th or the 27th, maybe the 24th, maybe, right? I would say that the S&P is going to keep going down because we crossed below this this blue step line right here. You know, it's just rising up real fast, and we're already crossing below it. We've already tested it here. That's where I thought, you know, the market was initially going to start going to the downside, but we had a little bit of chop. No big deal. It's still going down. It just had to make a little bit of a higher high, sorry, and liquidate this this zone of orders right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll just zoom in a little more so it's more obvious. But right here, we had to liquidate the orders on the books that were sitting there. People had stops there. We had to stop them out. Then we could go back down. And then the same thing's happening with the NASDAQ. It's just with the NASDAQ instead. Yeah, it's the same thing happening. Yeah, so we're just gonna wait to see what's going on. Keep an eye on this purple line. Make sure it doesn't come up too fast. But if it does, then I don't think at that point we'll have a reversal at the bottom of the channel at either one of these lines. But that's something, you know, we'll deal with when the time comes, if and when it happens. I'm not too worried about it right now. But yeah, I think as soon as we hit the bottom of the channel, either on this trend line or on this trend line, I'm not sure which one yet, we're going to reverse and go back up. But for now, we're going to go we're going to test this one first, and then we're going to test this one. And I bet you if I clone these, they'll probably line up, making this the top of the channel. Yeah, they will. I'll do the same thing on the NASDAQ. Kind of funny how that worked out, isn't it? It's pretty close. Yeah, that's basically the top of the channel. So yeah, so we're waiting to break below these channels. Looks like we're actually right about to on both charts. These little micro bearish channels. It's probably going to stay within this little channel. And then, but if it breaks below it, then obviously that's very bearish on both charts. If it breaks below this this channel down here. Channels for days. Channels. If you guys want to know how I drew these other lines or why I drew these other lines, just go ahead and watch my previous live videos. But again, what I said, what I predicted that was going to happen is happening, or it started to happen at this point. It's not done, but the wheels are turning. Things are going as planned. Alright guys, that's the live, that's the video. I'll see you guys later, and stay tuned. Stay tuned and get the indicator. Comment, like, and subscribe to get this indicator for free, so you don't have to wait for me to come out with videos, because you should not depend on me. You should be able to do this on your own. Alright guys, see you later.